Just a little bit about just kind of now you're probably at a point where you just want to see if you can kind of continue this role. You're winning tight checking games, finding a way to win, and how you feel about the way things are going now for the team.
Well, it's only, we've been on the road trip now for 2 games, and these next 2 are going to come real fast. And for us to maintain momentum and traction, it's real important that we get a good effort tomorrow afternoon. Throughout the lineup, again, it can't be 1 or 2 lines, but it's got to be everybody. And continue to get the good goaltending that we've got on the road. See if our power play can score one. The penalty kill looks like it's shaping up a little bit better. And that'll be a big challenge with the Rangers, the way they're moving the puck around on their power play.
What do you see from Puljujarvi that may be different from what you saw in training camp, or what do you?
Well, just Jesse's progression. The way the American League is set up, they haven't played a lot of games. The shorter schedule and a weekend league, he hasn't been able to play a tremendous amount yet. But we've got to bring him up. We'll likely play him in the top 6. We'll look for a shot and his ability to score, and we'll see if he's been able to work on some of the things that we asked him to defensively, and his checking skills. So, it's an opportunity for him. He's not going to be our savior. Everybody else has to contribute and help him feel comfortable here, for him to have success and us to have success.
Is it that he hesitates when he loses the puck, or what are you talking about defensively, or just loses?
Well, just responsibility on the ice. It's when you're an offensive player at a young age, you see it with a lot of first-round picks. You tend to not be as sharp defensively as you need to be, and we've worked with him. We've talked to him about those situations, and all indications are he's working hard to clean that part up. If you don't have an impact on the game offensively on any given night, you still have responsibilities to contribute all over the rink, and that's not just for Jesse. That goes right from Connor all the way down, and young players have to learn that.
It's been a rotating door on that right side, right? And Yamamoto and Gajula, Slepyshev over the last 4 games. Just a thought on Nugent Hopkins and the consistency of his play and how he's been able to handle it regardless of who's been there, maybe what the keys have been for him.
Well, I think that's a reflection on him as an individual. Basically, he's had Luch. He and Luch have been working with new wingers, sometimes from a period-to-period basis or even shift-to-shift based on injuries, and that's not easy. You just get used to somebody and you understand how they're going to play with you, and it changes. So both of them have done an admirable job. Nuge has been one of our top forwards, in my opinion. He's played in every situation. He's found ways to get on the score sheet this year, which he's been challenged with. And, he's certainly not part of our problem. He's a big part of the solution as we move forward.
Given that you have a matinee and then a night game and a back-to-back, would you hesitate at all in giving Cam? Cam loves to work. Would you hesitate going with him?
Well, we'll worry about game 1 first, and we'll see how that goes. We're not going to make a commitment to either of the goaltenders for Washington until we see how the Ranger game goes, and that'll obviously be Talbot's night.
How important is the chemistry between Connor and Leon, especially on a goal like last night, for Leon to be able to know that kind of pass is coming on a play where most guys in the league take the shot?
Well, they've been together now for almost 3 years in a 3-on-3 situation. And that's a very potent pair on the ice at that time because they see the ice so well. They complement each other's skill set with size and passing and speed and vision. The night before was even more of a spectacular play on the overtime goal. But the camaraderie between the two is evident 3-on-3, but it also exists 5-on-5.
Chance that Gajula could at least skate before you go home, or is he pretty much set him?
He was close to. He had his boot on today and was walking around. He wasn't quite ready to skate. So the issue we have now is with back-to-back games, morning and afternoon, we don't have a lot of pregame skate ice. We can always find it, but he'll likely skate at home, I would think, is the first time.
Some of your players met George St. Pierre last night. I wonder, A, if you've ever met him, and B, have you ever kind of run into someone you wouldn't expect to run into and sort of?
Well, I think everybody has had that opportunity to be surprised by someone. A lot of times I think I'm on the other side of that. It's funny when you walk through the mall or a grocery store, a lot of people take that second look at you. But, with George, he's actually a pretty inspirational Canadian, and watching the article that was done on him leading into that fight, and he talked a little bit about the Oilers, about hockey, about the Nordiques, the mental aspect of his sport and how he approaches it. I think a lot of us can learn a lot from that. Even the fans can understand the stresses that go into what an athlete faces as he prepares for a match. And he's an individual in an individual sport, but our players have those same anxieties sometimes as they prepare.